Welcome back to the deep dive. We try to get into some really fascinating, sometimes complex ideas here.
Absolutely.
And today, we're tackling a big one. Love. I mean, it's a word we use constantly, right?
All the time, for everything.
Yeah, from loving, I don't know, pizza
Yeah.
to our partners. And our main guide for this particular exploration is Dr. Nader Attalla. We're really digging into a chapter from his work. And the idea really is to look past that casual use of love and see, well, what's actually going on underneath, especially using some ancient Greek wisdom that he highlights.
It really is quite striking when you think about it, because in English we just have this single word love, and it has to do so much heavy lifting. And Dr. Attalla's work, it really brings this out, how the ancient Greeks, they had, specific, distinct words for different kinds of love. And that framework, it just gives us a much clearer picture, I think.
That's such a powerful way to think about it. It really reframes how you might even label your own feelings. So, okay, what were some of those key Greek words, the ones that really stand out?
Well, let's start with probably the most famous one, eros.
Ah, yes, eros, romantic love.
Exactly, that passionate, intense, often physical attraction, driven by hormones. Dr. Attalla points out, though, that while it's incredibly powerful, that intensity...
It can burn out.
It can burn out fast, yeah. If it's the only thing holding a connection together, it's often not very stable on its own.
Okay, so a fiery start, but maybe needs more substance. What about the love between really good friends, close companions?
Right, that would be philia. And this isn't just casual friendship, it's that deep platonic bond. It's built on, mutual respect, shared values, a love between equals, really.
And that kind of often lasts, isn't it? Sometimes even longer than the romantic stuff.
Absolutely. It's often incredibly resilient, a real cornerstone, you could say.
Okay, and for those relationships that go the distance.
Yeah.
Decades together.
Now you're talking about pragma. That's that enduring, committed love. It's built over time, requires conscious effort, compromise, choosing to grow together.
It sounds very intentional.
It is, very much so. And then there's also storge. That's the familial love.
Like family, that comfortable, warm feeling.
Exactly, that sort of natural tenderness and acceptance you feel, often for family members. It's built on shared history, that deep emotional connection. Less of a choice, maybe, and more just part of who you are together.
It's fascinating how specific they were. And Dr. Attalla mentions others too, right? Like the less healthy kinds, or even self-love.
Yeah, he touches on things like mania, which is more obsessive, ludus, which is playful love, and importantly, philatia, self-love, which they saw as, pretty fundamental. You need that healthy self-regard as a base.
Right, you need that foundation.
Oh.
Okay, this brings us to what Dr. Attalla and the Greeks really described as the pinnacle, agape. What is agape?
Agape. Yeah, it's often described as the highest form. It's like this luminous, universal state of love. It's not directed at one person, necessarily.
So not conditional?
Not conditional at all. It radiates outward, kind of like the sun, towards everything, all forms of life. It isn't something you earn. It's more like a gift, something you access through an inner decision and opening up.
Wow, so completely different from eros, which can be fleeting and even cloud our judgment sometimes. Agape sounds permanent, stable.
Exactly. It's described as continuous, and it actually enhances discernment rather than impairing it. It comes with this profound sense of well-being without that attachment or fear of loss you might get with other kinds of love.
And there are real benefits to cultivating this.
Oh, absolutely. Dr. Attalla points out it's transformative. It allows for genuine forgiveness, connects you to this feeling of oneness, and, science is catching up too. Well, practices like loving-kindness meditation, they've been shown to actually change brain physiology, release those neurotransmitters associated with well-being. It reminds me of Viktor Frankl, who said love is crucial for meaning and the only way to truly grasp another's essence.
That's profound. So if agape is this ultimate goal, how do we get there? It sounds amazing, but maybe not easy. Dr. Attalla says it's an inner choice, right?
It is an inner choice, but not always simple because we have barriers. But the source gives some really practical steps. First, and this is key, love yourself unconditionally. First.
Can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly that. Self-love is the starting point, the wellspring. Second, forgive everything. Seek understanding instead of holding on to resentment. Forgiveness is called the master key here. It unlocks agape by releasing all that negativity.
That sounds challenging but freeing.
It is. And the third step mentioned is to let go of attachment and possessiveness. Agape finds joy in giving freely without needing anything back, without clinging, no expectations.
And I remember the source also touched on understanding our own, like, attachment styles and love languages, how that plays into our ability to give and receive love generally.
Yeah, those are useful tools on the journey, too. It all ties together. Ultimately, cultivating agape, it's an ongoing process. It's a moment-by-moment choice, really.
The choice to see differently.
To see beyond the surface, yeah. To see
Yeah,
the essence within everyone, everything. It's about becoming love, not just seeking it.
that's a powerful way to end, becoming love. So, reflecting on all these insights from Dr. Attalla, the question for all of us is, what small step toward unconditional love, toward agape, will you take today?